The wine glass slipped before I ever laid a finger on it. It shattered against the marble floor, splintering into sharp edges as red wine bled outward, creeping slowly like a mark that could never be scrubbed clean. No one gasped, no one flinched. Just the faint sound of someone clearing their throat. And then, without hesitation, a voice cut through the silence. "Get out, you worthless nobody." I didn't defend myself. Didn't explain. She almost reached for me, her hand hovering in the air before she pulled it back. That pause told me more than any words ever could. I turned, walked to the door, and left it standing wide open behind me. They had never welcomed me, not because I failed them but because I didn't belong to their world. My quietness, my background, my difference unsettled them in ways they'd never admit. Their home always felt lifeless. Walls covered in old photographs, glossy floors that echoed too loudly, and long dinners where the silence was broken only by shallow talk. Money, family names, social standing. I sat and listened more than I spoke. That unsettled them too. And so when the moment came, they pushed me out. No raised voices, no pleading from me. Just acceptance. Fine. The very first evening I sat at their long dining table. I wore a suit I had bought with my first big paycheck. I thought it would help me blend in. Instead, he eyed my wrist and called my watch ambitious. She reassured me, said in time they would soften. I wanted to believe her. So I stayed waiting for that acceptance far longer than I should have. But when they finally cast me aside, she let them. And that was all the answer I needed. Now I live near the ocean in Florida. The house is modest, but it feels real. On one wall hangs a strange painting. A woman with no eyes cradling a house in her arms. I don't know why, but I couldn't leave without it. Some nights I keep the lights off and let the rhythm of the waves outside carry me. In the top drawer of my desk lies a small note. Don't give up on them. Or me. I don't hold on to it for comfort, but as proof of what I endured. 3 weeks after I left, someone knocked on my door. No message. No warning. Just her standing there, drained, hesitant, but carrying some flicker of hope that I hadn't changed too much. "I didn't know," she whispered when I opened the door. I let her in, though I left space between us. I boiled water, made tea, but neither of us touched it. "I told them," she said quietly. "They cried." I remained silent, then reached for my phone. I pressed play. Her own voice filled the room, brittle and cruel. "Don't come back. They were right about you." Her eyes widened. She didn't argue, didn't even try to twist it. She only lowered her head and murmured, "I thought you'd never hear it." But I had played it many times. She sat down like her body was too heavy to hold upright. Her hands trembled but stayed folded in her lap. "They made me choose," she admitted. "I chose too," I said. There were no tears, no apologies that could erase what was done. The tide outside grew louder, but the room itself felt frozen. She stood after a while, left her untouched cup of tea and walked out. The door shut behind her with the sound of something left unresolved. Sometimes, standing at the edge of the shore, I think about that wine glass, how it fell before I even touched it, how some things are destined to break under their own weight. Waiting for silence, then shattering. The painting still hangs on my wall. The note is still in the drawer. Her toothbrush remains where it always was. Not because I'm holding on to her, but because they remind me of this. Even the people you love most can forget who you are if the air around them grows cold enough. And when that happens, you leave. Not with rage, not with begging, just quietly. Okay, fine. Without another word.